Okay,
this
okay.
type of architecture because we don't have money anymore.
All right, here's the thing.
Which was the last building? You
Oh God, he's still
recognize
going.
those buildings. Okay, they have tall doors because the Tartarian or whatever you call them, okay, they were giants.
Sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, the Tartarian apparently they were giant, like 9 feet tall giants. You are aware of that?
Right. That was a hell of an intro, man.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Dan TDM did to KSI with one tweet. Don't know if you guys have been following the casual internet drama on YouTube, but yeah, KSI and Logan Paul and Mr. Beast are freaking out, and it's bloody hilarious. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you are here with me today. Sorry about a little bit of buffering there. Refresh should be good. We are talking today to a flat earther who on X goes by Stoops the cat. And he told me that Flat Earth has all of its bases covered, which is interesting because I've done close to 1,000 debates with Flat Earthers, and not once has a Flat Earther presented me evidence that stands up to any kind of scrutiny. So let's get Stoops on and let him introduce himself. Hello, Stoops. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. I'm okay.
Oh, thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. Why don't you just take a minute, introduce yourself, and let people know why you are a Flat Earther.
Okay. I'm from Indianapolis. I'm a social worker. I went to the University of Indianapolis. Got my degree. I think I got into flat Earth because I used to look up conspiracies. Probably in my mid-20s is when I started kind of getting into conspiracies, like David Icke stuff and lizard people and Bigfoot and things like that. And I think I just kind of just flipped through everything, and I eventually ended up with looking at flat Earth stuff, and some of it made sense to me, so I kind of checked it out for a while. And the community is really pretty nice. Like, everybody that I've met in the flat Earth community has actually been pretty nice and welcoming. And
really? You haven't
I had an
noticed
hard
the
time
rampant
with them.
homophobia, the rampant racism, the rampant threats of death to people and stuff? It's nice is certainly not a way I would hear the flat Earth community explained in
Well, that's
general.
your experience. That's not the experience that I had. I understand that being a person who is anti or counter to whatever community, ideas that somebody has, I understand that those people probably approach you a little differently than I was approached, being like, "What's this?" So no, I didn't get any death threats or racism or
Well,
anything.
let's hope that you don't leave the flat Earth anytime soon, because you'll certainly find out how nice those people are, that's for sure. They don't like people leaving the flat Earth. It's a very cult-like mentality.
Yeah, I've never really got that impression from anybody. I
How long?
believe you. I believe that those things happen to you, but I just personally have not experienced it in that way.
Are you relatively new to being a flat earther?
I think I've been looking into it for probably 10 months, maybe going on a year. I've
Oh,
only had
right.
Twitter for about a year.
So you are a baby Flerf then, which is how we would describe you. You're brand new to this. You've probably
Okay.
not yet heard why everything is such a lie. Um, what do you think of David Weiss leaking everybody's data from his app?
I actually personally don't trust David Weiss.
Well, that's good. Nobody should trust him. He's definitely a scammer.
Well, I mean, so look, I downloaded his app. I did. I didn't, but it was I didn't really get it too involved with it. I opened it. I didn't like it, and so I deleted it. But I wanted to look at it and stuff because I do like, you know what I think the thing is, man, about flat Earth. The reason people are drawn to it is because it puts like a sense of wonder back into people's lives.
Oh yeah,
Because
people need to be special. Yeah, absolutely. People 100%
well,
need to feel
in reality,
special.
you know, everybody, everything's already figured out, right? You know,
Not
we've been
really.
the human. Well, I mean, like the big questions, like what's out there. Well, we've discovered all these planets in space, so we can see light years away, and this, and it's like,
We
okay, so I
certainly don't
look
know
up.
everything that's out there. Space is great unexplored mystery, most of it.
Yeah, but it's mostly big, empty nothingness for the most part, right?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't stop the fact that
Well, I
there's
mean, so,
amazing
okay,
wonders
so
out there that
anyway,
we'd
so
like to
like,
discover and find out more about. The thought
right.
that science has it all figured out and all the answers are done is something that flat earthers push and is very untrue. Science never claims to have all the answers or have everything figured out. It's an ongoing process of discovery.
Oh, you're cutting out a little.
Sorry, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The science isn't. Science never claims it has it all figured out. It's an ongoing process of discovery.
No, I don't think that. Maybe I misspoke. I don't think that everything's figured out, but like some of the bigger questions, you know, like what's up there, what's down there, and I don't know. I think looking into flat Earth, this and people seeing that, oh, maybe we don't have everything figured out. I think there's an allure to that. I think that people are attracted to like this sense of wonder that comes back into
Yeah,
your
no,
thought
I
process.
absolutely agree with you. Flat earthers are special. They need to feel special. They need to be special. Flat earthers are mostly the people whose mum told them they're special little wonders and never escaped from that. The need to feel special, like they have some knowledge that nobody else has, is quite addictive to flat earthers because it makes them think that they are the ones that understand the universe and have this special knowledge, and are special. But no one's special. And that's just a fact that we need to live with. We are all the result of a trillion cosmic coincidences. And we exist because of the universe we live in. It's a very, very sad thing that flat earthers need to feel special. I pity them quite a lot for that.
Well, okay, so you said you've done this for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
So have you like how many people have you convinced to come on back? How many
Thousands.
have you got?
Thousands. I get emails all the time from people saying thank you. You helped me. You made me realize that it was stupid. I've gone back to college because of you. Oh, I thought physics was a lie, but I'm now going to study physics again. There's a whole playlist on my channel of interviews with ex-flat earthers. I had an email today from somebody who said that their boyfriend was deep into conspiracies, but thanks to watching my channel is now in university studying to be a land surveyor. So I'd say over the 6 years, I have helped thousands of people realize that stupidity is not a right and you should just fight the flat earth.
Okay. What do you think the biggest reason that flips people back is?
Realizing that they aren't special and that they need to accept that they are wrong about things. And that's what you find when I interview ex-flat earthers. They're always telling me how they were convinced that they were right. They knew that they were right because they just wouldn't look at the actual evidence and try and understand the concepts. what would flip a flat earther back, honestly, is being slightly intelligent. I say this many times, and I say it because it's a fact. You're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're stupid. And I don't necessarily mean that as an insult. Ignorance isn't something that is inherently bad. It can be fixed.
You know what, man? I bet you'd probably be able to get a whole lot of other people back over to your side if you could just tweak your approach. Just
oh no, my approach is very specific. I know the people that have a chance of coming back, and I know the ones that are just willfully ignorant and have been indoctrinated and become assholes. What you'll see is out of the thousands of videos that I've done, the people that want an honest conversation get an honest conversation. The ones that don't. So it's really up to the person I'm talking to as to how it goes. I am a physics tutor. That's what I also do outside of this, and all my students are always passing.
Another thing nice I would say about Flat Earth, that a benefit even to anybody that I've gotten out of it. I haven't thought about space or planets or any of that shit since like 9th grade. I just don't think about it. It was never an interest of mine. I like dinosaurs, never got into space, right? So I didn't know anything about, I didn't know what the size, I didn't know nothing about 25,000 miles in circumference. I didn't know that. I didn't know the sun was 93 million miles away. I didn't know the moon was 239 roughly thousand miles away. I didn't know any of that stuff. And before I got into Flat Earth, I wasn't interested. But something about Flat Earth got me into like cosmology and things like that.
Well, maybe that's a good thing because you can now look into it and realize that the Flat Earth version of it is all nonsense.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying that the getting into the community sparked my interest in looking through a telescope. And I would say that that's probably a benefit. I'm trying to expand my knowledge, right?
Yeah, as long as you actually pay attention to the evidence and look at where it points. Because whenever you scrutinize any of the evidence, Flat Earth falls apart. There's a reason there's no cohesive model for the Flat Earth that explains everything. There's a reason there's no navigation methods that are based on the Earth being flat.
Okay, how about I tell you? I'll tell you my biggest I can't figure out, and you can explain it to me and see if that can
absolutely
throw me back in the loop. Okay. So we know the size of the Earth, right? I'm on globe side, right? We know the size of the Earth. It's 20. Is it 25,000?
Yeah.
Is that right? 25,000 circumference. Yeah. We know how deep it goes, right? We know about the core, we know about the mantle, we know about the inner part of the Earth. So we know basically kind of like the size of the Earth, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. We've seen it. We've seen the pictures of it. They sent us pictures of blue marble, all that stuff. So one of the best things that got me was the 8 inches per mile squared thing. Now, if we know the size of the Earth, then we must be able to say per mile how much the Earth should curve. If we know all the dimensions of it, we should be able. Now, whether 8 inches per mile squared is right or wrong or not, we should be able to come up with a similar equation to be able to figure out the size of the Earth, right? So can you explain the 8 inches per mile squared being incorrect thing to me and tell me maybe the actual...
Well, it's not necessarily incorrect. It's used incorrectly. So 8 inches per mile squared... let me get my Earth and something flat. So this is the globe, and this is a tangent to the globe. The 8 inches per mile squared relates to the drop between this tangent and the curve of the Earth from sea level, right? But that is assuming that there's no atmosphere and nothing to refract light. Because light doesn't just travel through a straight line on Earth. Light is going through a medium on Earth that has different properties. And when light travels through mediums with different properties, it affects the path of the light. And something that we call refraction happens. So
Like
just
heat,
saying,
like a hot parking lot, right? And you see
yeah,
the
that
little...
is a version of refraction. That is the medium affecting the path of the light. Now, over water, what you find is that the air is colder near the water and gets warmer, which is kind of the opposite as to what you see on the road where it's hot and gets cooler. And that refraction causes things in the distance to appear to lift up. And that would be the same on if the Earth was flat or a globe, except it lifts up more on a globe because the light has to travel through a curved atmosphere as well. And our knowledge of refraction is something that's been quantified for hundreds of years. The fact I'm wearing these glasses is a testament that we understand refraction extremely well. And we can say that if the conditions are a certain way, then light will act this way. But the general thing that happens on Earth is that we see further than we would because of just the geometry, because the medium is making the path of light bend around towards us. And the fact that the Earth is 1 degree every 6 to 9 miles, that's what the curvature is. So every 6 to 9 miles that you move forward, there would be 1 degree of curvature that you've gone around the Earth. And that's not very far. So if something's 70 miles away, the light only has to bend 1 degree for it to appear to be kind of level with you. But that's what's happening, and that's why when a lot of people just go, oh, we see too far. Well, kind of, but there's a reason for that, because light is affected by refraction, and that's been quantified.
Okay, so that's also the boats over the curve thing, right? That's basically the same explanation for that.
Yeah, well, what do you mean as for the boats over the curve?
Well, they say, so on flat Earth side, they say, you know, the boats, well, on the globe side, they say when boats disappear, it's because they're going over the curve. And then the flat earthers say, well, it's not actually going over the curve. You actually can zoom in and you can still see it. It's perspective.
Oh, yeah, no, that's just a lie. What they do is they use really small boats and crappy cameras that can't pick up the boat. So if you've got a camera with
you think they use the boats? You think those are their boats out there?
No. But they're choosing small boats.
Oh, okay, I see. Right?
Okay. And instead of, let me show you something.
Okay.
What you should do is use some really big boats. And a guy called Dazza the cameraman. All right, let me get this up on display so you can see it. Right, so this is Dazza the cameraman. What he's doing is he's looking at these boats on the horizon, which are big tankers, right? And he's actually got in the description what they are. You've got the distant boat is the Princess Paula at 12.6 miles, and the closer boat was at 8.86 miles, the Glorious Matter. So the boat here in the middle is 8 miles away. The boat to the left of it is just over 12 miles away, right? Let me move that. What he does to show that no amount of zooming brings things back, as flat earthers claim, is he takes a screenshot at a point when it's zoomed out, just here, right? And then he lets the video play where he zoomed in when he was recording it. And then he takes another screenshot.
Oh, hang on. What?
Right.
He cut it or something?
No, he didn't cut it. Right. So this is his video. Right. At this point,
yeah.
he just paused it and he's taken a screenshot of that boat in the distance. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, flat earthers claim that if you zoom in, that boat in the distance will come back above the horizon. You'll be able to see it again. Right.
Yeah.
He'll play it again in a sec, but obviously this was a recording that he made, and he lets it play, and he zooms in. I'll just let it play and get to that bit. He's talking in the background. So there you saw it play, and he zoomed in, and he's taken another screenshot. So he took a screenshot when it was zoomed out, and then he took a screenshot when it was zoomed in. Right? And then what he does is he places them side by side. So on the bottom is the screenshot that was taken when the camera was zoomed all the way out, and then at the top it's zoomed in. So as you can see, if you look at the one on the left, the same amount of the boat exactly is beyond the horizon. No amount of zooming brings that back. It's just going to stay below the horizon. these are massive tankers. They're not little fishing boats. So they don't get too small for the camera to see. So this is the way to tell whether something is physically hidden by a blockage or not.
No,
now, there's two options
how
here.
How much farther away that boat is?
Yeah, the one on the left is 12.6 miles away. The one on the right is 8.86 miles away. So there's about 4 miles difference between them.
Okay.
All right. So the one on the left, either it's sinking or it's hidden physically by something. You can see that it's not a particularly rough sea day. I'd say this is sea state 2 at the most. So relatively calm. You can see that it's a pretty crisp horizon. There's no massive waves that would be hiding this boat. There's no reason that that boat would be mostly hidden by the horizon unless the horizon was an effect of a curve. And that has gone away from the horizon. There's also videos showing these boats, you know, as they're sailing away and stuff to show that, you know,
yeah, if I could get like I mean, I'm not saying that he's lying or anything like that. I'm just saying if I could get like a live version of it, him doing it, that would be better.
Well, luckily, you can contact him via this video and he will give you the raw footage. Not the edited thing he's done. He's done it to other people. He is more than willing to hand out the raw footage for people to look at themselves. But that is just a very quick debunk of the claim that you can zoom something back in once it's gone over the curve. You can't. If there is a boat that's too small, then as you zoom out, the camera literally can't see it anymore. The sensor's not strong enough. But then as you zoom in, because the sensor is focusing on a smaller area and just picking up the light from that smaller area, the boat is visible as it zooms in. But you'll never see it disappear from the bottom. It's just the entire thing comes into view. So that's Flat Earthers being dishonest and saying, oh, we can zoom it back in. No, you can't. That's impossible.
Well, okay, to be fair, though, I have watched full-length videos of people zooming in on something that appeared to be out of the distance from first-person perspective, just looking without a camera. That thing wasn't there, and then they used the camera and zoomed it, and then it was there. So it is possible to do that. Now, the distance it requires, maybe there's like a certain cutoff before the curve starts.
What's not possible, though, is when the bottom of something is missing. Yes, you can make something that is not there appear to be there, but it will appear in totality because of angular resolution. What's impossible is when there's the bottom of something missing, like in the video I just showed you.
Yeah.
When there's the bottom of something missing, no amount of zooming ever brings that bottom back. It just doesn't happen. It never.
Camera?
Sorry?
What's the max zoom for, like, what's the best camera out there?
I mean, there's lots of really good cameras. I think.
Well, I mean, like retail.
If you want ones with big zooms, then you would be looking at the Nikons for their large manual optical zooms, but they've got really small sensors which can make it a noisy picture and stuff. But regardless of the zoom level, there has never been an occasion where the bottom of something has been brought back. Yes, entire boats can appear because of angular resolution, but that you can't see it with your eyes because your eyes are also not able. There's not enough there to see. Not enough light coming from it. But when you zoom in, it's focusing that sensor on a smaller area and managing to pick up the light from that distant object. But if the boat's over the horizon, that's never coming back.
All right. What about the mountains? So that was big recently. It was like it was a mountain range that was about like 300 and some miles away. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that's Dave Weiss lying to you.
No. Well, I mean, he could have had it on his too, but that's not. That wasn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't vibe with that guy. Look.
Yeah. So
got a grifter, right?
Yeah, he is a grifter, 100%. But this is the picture that he presents and shows everybody. And it's a complete lie, because he's claiming this is Penyafan, Snowdon in Wales, right? The highest mountain in Wales, which I've climbed. And he's claiming that you can see mountains in Spain and Switzerland from Wales, right? But
so the picture's fake? You think the picture's fake?
No, the picture's real, but they're not mountains. Those are clouds, right? If you look at the angular separation between them, it doesn't match where those mountains would be if the Earth was flat. Plus, if they're 700 miles away, like he's claiming, there's no way it would appear like on the screen, like that size. That would mean the mountain was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles wide. Also, he's got to the left there mountains which he calls unidentified. There is no unidentified mountains on Earth. We know which every single mountain is. So they're not in the direction you would expect. They're bigger than would be expected if you could see them. And
do you think maybe he just put unidentified because he just didn't feel like looking it up?
No, it's because he's a scammer and he wanted people to think that there's mountains that are unidentified. But we have taken this picture and the date it was taken and actually compared it with weather on the day to confirm that they're not mountains that he's pointing at, they're clouds.
You know what gave it away for Dave Weiss was that goddamn cryptocurrency. Come on, man.
Hey, do you want some of that cryptocurrency? I can get you some. It's very easy because his app is so insecure. I can go in the back door and just take some of that cryptocurrency, put it wherever I want it. In fact,
so I was kind of already.
Dave's wallet is
because I don't trust. What'd you say?
Dave's crypto wallet isn't even secure, and that's the funny thing.
Yeah. So just the vibe I get from him, I don't see any like self-respect. If he actually wanted people to take his claim seriously, he dresses like a clown. You know, he's got his backwards hat. He looks like the guy. He looks like a narc would dress at a music festival, trying to like bust people.
Yeah, so he's like that 30-year-old trying to play the 17-year-old at college.
Yeah. And then he's constantly pushing that app. And then the crypto thing came out. And then the data breach thing came out. And
you know what his crypto coin's called?
Yeah, it's Dome or something, right?
Dome shot, which is a euphemism for blowjob.
Yeah, it is.
So who wants to get a blowjob from Dave? Not me.
And his initials are Fed. I personally think he, but that's my own opinion. Whatever.
Right, so we've talked about boats over the horizon and how people lie to you about it and just use small boats.
Okay, so the mountains
talked about the mountains.
Refraction.
Well, no, it's nothing to do with refraction. It's just he's lying about what the mountains are.
That's not the picture I saw, though. Like,
which was the one that you saw?
It was...
Oh, was it the world record photography one? 300 kilometers or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, so that's taken, just so you know, that's taken from the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
And when you actually put it in the globe curve calculator, you should be able to see what you see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's literally no picture that
I thought they
is
did
too
math.
far. Flat Earthers don't do maths.
Oh, they can do math. I think
No. Flat Earthers don't do maths. It's bad for them. When Flat Earthers try to do maths,
look, I promise, man, there are Flat Earthers that can do math.
Well, when Flat Earthers try to do maths, this normally happens.
So FTFE. Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone.
This 45 degree that you're at the sun, is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
The 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when Flat Earthers try to do maths. They confuse an angle with a hypotenuse.
Okay. Well,
I've debated nearly 1,000 Flat Earthers. Not one of them has been able to do maths correctly. None. And that's the problem. This is why they're Flat Earthers, because they are...
You know why I like 8
incapable
inches
of doing
per mile
these things.
squared? Because it was math. That's what that made sense to me. That was hard numbers. That made sense to me in equations.
Well,
I mean,
better way to think of it is 1 degree per 6 to 9 miles.
6 to 9?
1 degree every 69 miles. That's what the Earth
69.
curves. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool too. That's probably easier to remember. Okay. High altitude stuff.
Yep.
High altitude photos. So
Yep.
That's what I was going to say. So if we know the curvature of the Earth and the measurements, the dimensions of the Earth, we should be able to identify how high somebody needs to go to be able to start to view that curvature with just their eyes. No cameras or anything.
It depends on the field of view.
Huh?
It depends on your field of view, really.
Okay, well, just your eyes. I mean, just your fucking eyes. It's a clear day. There's no clouds up there. What's the minimum distance a guy's got to be to be able to...
I don't know the minimum distance, but when we go up, the curve matches what we're supposed to see. what I'm showing you is a screenshot from a video one of my friends did called Mage Mission Above Globe Earth, where he sent up a weather balloon with a specifically non-fisheye lens.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Yeah, so, and this is the money shot that we got, really. The two lines you see are actually strings in front of the camera to show that it's not fisheye, because they're straight.
Why is it all aquamarine looking?
Because I increased the exposure so that everyone could see it a lot more clearly, but I can always link the actual videos, Mr. Sensible, Mission Above Globe Earth. And what you can see from this, at like 35,000 meters, we see the curve of the Earth. And when you compare that to what we expect to see, it matches the predictions.
Well, that kind of looks like atmosphere, though. The darker blue.
Both. The darker blue is the atmosphere, yeah. And what it shows is that the atmosphere also curves with the Earth. Because if the Earth is curved and the atmosphere is held to the Earth via gravity, then the atmosphere curves as well. And what that's showing is, well, the aquamarine, the light bit is, I think that's sea. And then the darker blue is obviously atmosphere getting thinner and thinner as it goes up. But the atmosphere is curving with the Earth as we would expect.
Okay, I would like to see the unedited picture.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I have watched quite a few high altitude videos without a fisheye lens by people that have sent a balloon.
You say they're without a fisheye lens, but no one ever shows the specs of the camera, and that's the problem.
That is a problem. That is a problem. I agree with you.
Mr. Sensible did show the specs of the camera.
So my plan was to do pretty much the same scenario, but it turns out it's going to cost like $2,000, and I just ain't got it like that.
Yeah. So here's him sending up the thing. Oh, that's just after it's popped. So, right. So there's three cameras on this, right? The one looking out the front is non-fisheye. The one looking up and to the back are fisheye, just for the pretty views. This is looking straight up at the balloon as it pops, actually, which is pretty cool. But
okay.
This is the video where it shows, and I'll try and find the actual. Oh, he puts it up here at the back.
I mean, I see.
There's the one without it being changed with the color, right?
Okay.
And there's this one where he applies the.
That looks pretty flat to me, bro.
It's curved. It's clear. Like it looks flat to me, bro. Come on. That is the curve we expect to see. Like, if you put a ruler up on your screen right now and laid it across that, you'd see that it's curved. To just say it looks flat, bro, is literally what flat earthers do. Say it looks flat.
I know, it was supposed to be a joke.
Check. Right. Okay, cool. If it's a joke. But the important thing is that you actually check these things. And we actually compared this to what we would expect to see. And it matched it perfectly. I'm trying to find that bit on the video.
But I have also seen similar footage where there's no bend to it.
This is comparing it to the predictions of just above where we are, and the curve.
So are you trying to say every video that I've seen of people sending up weather balloons, all those people were just trying to manipulate people?
Yeah, pretty much, because they're all fisheye. Every single balloon that has been sent up by a flat earther.
That's so funny though, man, because that's the exact same argument that they use.
But we have proof that ours aren't fisheye, right? We actually give the stats of the camera and show it. Flat earthers never show what the camera actually is.
So if I did that, bro, if I spend $2,000 on this stupid ass project and I show you the specs of the camera.
Yep, I guarantee you would. If it was non-fisheye, you'd see curves just like that.
That's cool, man. And if it's curved, it's curved. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do it.
But the thing is, it's been done, like, by this person, by Mr. Sensible.
Well, I want to do it, though.
That's cool. Do it yourself, but make sure you actually use a camera that is non-fisheye.
I'll show you the specs. I'll fucking email you every little make and model and everything.
And here's the thing. Every single camera that's non-fisheye shows curve. Let me show you another one. Meso's rockets.
Well, I can also pull up a bunch of videos of it showing without curve, man.
Well, yeah, but you won't be able to show me any that give the specs of the camera. I can give the specs of the camera every single time. So this is an amateur rocket launch, Meso's rocket launch. It goes up 56 miles above Earth. And it's got a non-fisheye camera attached to it. And it actually tells about the camera. And actually, he sold the camera, and you can pick it up. I want to show you as it goes up. So
It looks a little curvy.
and the whole time, if any point when you cut it, when you pause it, the curve is there matching what we expect from Earth. Especially as it gets a lot higher, like up here.
Wait a minute, you said what you expect. You said you didn't know the actual distance.
No, I said I don't know the distance that your eyes would be able to perceive a curve, but we know the predictions of what the curve should look like with a particular camera at a particular height, because those things are quantifiable. And
shouldn't we know? Like, shouldn't we be able to know
curve
at least the roundabout elevation that we need to get to be able to see it? There's got to be a number out there.
No,
right?
Not many people have gone up that high with just their eyes, so we don't really have a reference for that. Whenever this is paused, at any point, it shows the curve of the Earth as we expect it. And again, that's a non-fisheye with the details of the camera. And I guarantee you, any flat earther that shows a video will show a video that is fisheye.
So if I can find a video of a flat earther that like shows the camera that he used before, you don't think that's out there?
No, it's not. I've checked. I've done extensive research. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
Flat earthers lie and say, "Oh, here's a real video," but it's.
I don't think they're all lying, man. I think a lot of them are in the same situation I am, that they've seen a lot of evidence that seems to be real. And they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then they just kind of carry the message. I don't think they're lying on purpose.
The majority of flat earthers are lying. And then there's the people that they've indoctrinated. It's as simple as that.
So who do you think, like, kingpin flat earth is?
Well, there's many Papa Flerfs.
What?
There's many Papa Flerfs. That's what we call them. Many
Flerf.
cults
Okay,
of Flerfs. You've got the Nathan Oakley'ites, the Nathan Thompsons. You've got the Jeranism crew. You've got the Durf followers.
I've never heard of any of them.
Eric Dubay fans. You've got
I like Dubay.
How
you know what, man?
Right,
you know
just so you're aware, Dubay's an actual Nazi. Why would you like him?
What do you mean Nazi?
Well, like, he literally praises the mustachioed man. He says he was a good person. He tries to say that Germans were the good guys in the World War. He tries to say that the Holocaust was a lie and things like that. He is an actual Nazi. Why would you like him?
There's a lot of that going on right now, man. I don't know if you've been on Twitter lately.
Well, I'm on Twitter quite a lot.
Eric Dubay pumping that out.
But Eric Dubay puts videos about it, so why would you like him?
I've never seen that. I've watched all of Eric Dubay's videos.
You must not have watched all of his videos, because he literally puts out videos about Nazis.
Send it to me, because I want to watch it.
Right. But you'll find the Venn diagram between flat earthers and Nazis at this point is kind of a circle.
I'm not a Nazi.
That's because you're not a fully flat earther yet. You're still a baby Flerf that hasn't realized he's been indoctrinated.
I haven't blossomed in my full nationalist uniform yet.
Yeah, you haven't completely decided to remove your brain cells.
I see.
You are unfortunate that you've been lied to, and you don't have the physics knowledge to debunk those lies. Many times flat earthers say to me, the reason I'm a flat earther is because I tried to debunk the flat earth and I couldn't. Well, yeah, that's because you're not smart.
My main issues with it, we've gone over them, and you've shown me some evidence that is contrary to what I've seen, and now I have something to investigate. I will go and I will try to find a flat earther that showed the camera that they used before they did a high altitude test.
You won't find it. It doesn't exist. Well, actually, there is one flat earther that did it, and then he found there was a curve, and wasn't a flat earther anymore.
Okay.
There's many ex-flat earthers. One of the biggest ones is a guy called Tiger Dan. He was a big flat earther back in the day. And he spent a lot of time and effort trying to make a working flat earth map. Years. Realized it was impossible and that the earth couldn't be flat. Anyone that actually tries to figure out the flat earth becomes a glober.
How do you try to make a map? Do you travel a lot?
By putting together all the information he found about distances between places. You know, we know how far it is between A and B. That's always, you know, it's not going to change. You know, between where I am and Bristol, it's 612 miles. That's never going to change. You know, I know the distance between England and France, and I know the distance between England and the United States. So when you try and put all those distances on a flat map, you find that it just doesn't work.
So what about distances that are far over land? Is that still refraction too? If you're able to zoom
refraction's
in and
always happening. You know, our atmosphere is by its nature different densities and pressures, which means refraction is always happening in our atmosphere when we're looking at things. The only way there would be no refraction at all is if between your eyes and the thing you were looking at, the temperature and pressure was exactly 100% the same all the way through. But it's not. The air gets cooled, the air gets warmed, you know, which changes the pressure, which causes refraction. Even looking at your hand in front of your face, right? And this sounds stupid to a lot of people, right? But your hand is emitting heat. You know that, right? Your hand is warm. It gets warm. So that means that the air around it, the air directly around your hand, is slightly warmer than the air away from your hand. So when you're looking at your hand, the light coming from your hand has been refracted. So your hand isn't exactly in the position that you see it at. It's in the position that, you know, if there was no atmosphere, you'd see the exact position. But what you see is the path the light has traveled. And that light has had to travel through a path that has a slight deviation in its temperature and pressure, which means that there's some refraction that has happened. Now, is that distance massive? No. It's basically where it is. But because there is some refraction happening, it's not the exact position. And that's any case that we see things that we think we shouldn't. It's because the light coming from that thing has traveled through a path that has caused that light to change its path.
Oh, I got another one. The moon. You think we landed on the moon?
Oh, we did. Yeah, I've proven that.
You proved it?
Yeah, it's not hard.
There's a lot of controversy about that.
Well, that's again because people aren't very smart.
You should tell Joe Rogan.
Oh, I've tried to, but Joe won't respond to me.
Yeah, he's like that, I think.
Yeah. No, I've proven that we've gone to the moon. It's very simple. I'll quickly break it down for you. There's a certain video called the Grand Prix, which shows the moon buggy going backwards and forwards in front of the camera. What you can do is you can look at the dust being kicked up by the wheels, the regolith, and the pattern that dust creates. It creates a very distinctive pattern called a rooster tail. And when you analyze the particles coming up from the tires, you see two things. One, those particles are in a environment where there's no atmosphere. Two, those particles are in an environment where the gravitational acceleration is about 1/5 to what we're used to. That can only happen if it's in a place with those conditions. Because there wasn't CGI for that in like the 70s, you know.
I'll give it to you, man. You've done your homework.
Of course I have, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it really, that was like an offhand question. So the thing about the moon is, you see my moon lamp? I guess it's, hang on.
Yeah, that's a bigger one of these, I think.
Is it a magnetic one?
Yeah.
It's floating.
I lost the base for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's neat. But, so the moon size is, I know it's not exact, but it's very, very close to be the exact same size as the sun is in our view, right? So even if it is globe model, even if it is the heliocentric model, just that alone is very weird, right? You got to admit
Not
that.
really. It's just a coincidence. Coincidences.
That's not
are
true
a thing.
because I heard other scientists and whatever saying that most other moons proportionally are not like that to planets. Right, so they even admit
our moon is a pretty standard-sized moon, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's just a coincidence. The moon is about 250,000 miles away, and the sun's 93 million miles away, which is roughly 400 times.
That doesn't seem like I don't know, man. It's a really big coincidence, don't you think?
Well, then, if it's a coincidence, you check if it's true, which we did. You can fire lasers at the moon. You can bounce radio signals off the moon to check its distance. You can check its distance with parallax. You know, if you don't believe these things, then just check them. We've checked the distance to the moon, and we've also checked the distance to the sun. Starting in the 60s, where they actually bounced radio waves off of the sun, leading back to 2019, where we sent the Solar Parker probe to the sun. You know, we know how far away these things are because we've checked.
That's what I was going to ask you. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know the accepted whatever of how we figured out 93 million miles to the sun. It was assumed like the speed of light was involved. You said it was radio
it
waves.
just so happens that the speed of light means that we see the sun 8 minutes ago, because that's how long the light takes to travel 93 million miles at 180,000 miles a second. But there's lots of ways of figuring out the distance to the sun, which has been done for hundreds of years. One of the best ways is using the transit of Mercury or Venus across the sun. So because Mercury and Venus are inside our orbits...
Parallax too? Or is parallax just stars?
No, it's partly parallax, right? Because Mercury and Venus are inside our orbit, sometimes we see them pass in front of the sun. And when you do that, you can use the angular size of the planet and how fast it moves across compared to the size of the sun to figure out the distance to the sun. And it's some basic trigonometry.
So if we were off just by a little bit, though, on the distance from the sun, because the accepted version of 93 million miles, that wasn't always true. Like it was a little bit further, a little bit less.
Well, we get more accurate as we go. Even this year, we got more accurate measurements, which meant that
fuck everything else up. Doesn't that like screw up the size of the planets we perceive? And
no,
stuff
because
too?
it's just such a slight change, just slightly more accurate size of the sun and stuff. So the result of it was the path of totality of the eclipse that we had this year was adjusted by about 20 miles. Not the actual path of it, but how much of it would actually be shown. And that was the only difference that needed to be updated with the more accurate measurements of the sun. But that's what science is striving to do, is become more and more and more accurate.
Sure, yeah, all I want is the truth, man. The only thing I am after is the truth. Okay? And you have to admit, it's convoluted out there. So even some of the smartest people, if they're like on social media and they get stuck in these echo chambers and stuff, it's pretty easy to get, trail off the beaten path or whatever.
Yeah, but all you have to do is look into it. And like I said, nothing Flat Earth holds up to scrutiny. You have to have a complete misunderstanding of physics and
That's
a
not
willful
true, man, because
ignorance.
I've seen a lot of people look into it. I've seen a lot of people like get deep in. Dude, I have no idea what the Michelson-Morley experiment was.
Yeah, neither does any flat earther. No flat earther understands the Michelson-Morley experiment. They will look at it
like,
and
I did investigate.
conclusions.
I did look into it. I read about it, and I learned some shit. Like it does. People try. I think you saying that.
What happens is
are all liars and like they don't want to get it and don't look into anything and don't want to be educated. I just don't think that's true, man. I think that's exactly what
it
they
is
do.
because
They're trying to figure shit
what
out.
they do is they look at cherry-picked quotes. They've never read the entire paper. They've never read the analysis. They've never compared the results to other experiments. They look at an experiment and they cherry. Hold on one sec. They look at something. Hold on. What flat earthers do is they look at something. They cherry pick a bit of it that they think backs them up, and then that's it. That's as far as their investigation goes. All right, you have been lied to by flat earthers that tell you they've investigated things because they never have. They listen to another flat earther say something and take it as fact.
They never told me that they investigated things. I could tell just by their content and their posts and things that they are reading things and they're looking into stuff.
But if you actually look into what they're posting, you'll find out that it's lies and misinterpretations of the actual facts. They aren't investigating these things. What they're doing is they are having a pre-drawn conclusion and looking for things that back up that pre-drawn conclusion instead of honestly investigating what is going on.
I believe that is definitely part of it, probably.
Yeah.
But I think another part of it is just people being genuinely curious. And
might start like that. Absolutely.
And what a big part of what I've noticed is most flat earthers are anti-establishment. We don't like authority. Okay, so I think that's another big part of it, like psychologically. Like people that get into these types of things and start looking into flat earth are people that already and justifiably don't trust the powers that be, especially, you have to admit, over the last 4 years, they have proven themselves to be less than satisfactory in how they've handled things.
But that's nothing to do with the shape of the Earth, though. Like,
well, but no, what I'm saying is people that don't trust authority are more likely to
be
look
flat
into
earthers.
things.
Yeah, absolutely, because they see the globe as an authoritative thing. But it's not. The globe is just facts. The globe isn't pushed onto you by the government. The globe is just a fact.
But I think it's the mainstream. I think so, like the education system and that
which they don't get. Yeah,
I think that's part of it. I really think that's like.
But what you'll find is there's no flat earther that's ever done higher education and got degree in anything STEM. There is no flat earthers in the world that have a degree in physics. If they had a degree in physics, they wouldn't be a flat earther because they're incompatible with each other. There's one guy that claims to be an engineer that's apparently a flat earther, but he knows nothing about physics. You cannot be a flat earther and have a degree in physics unless you think that all of the physics is wrong.
So, wait a minute. Did you just say there was a guy with a degree in physics?
No, there's one guy who's he claims to be an engineer, Brian Mullins. I don't know if he's got a degree or not, but he claims to be an engineer. And he did a series called Balls Out Physics where he got everything about physics absolutely wrong.
Do you think he's just lying?
I don't know. Our research indicated that he is an engineer, and he works for a reputable company, but has also kind of left
there you go,
the
man.
internet.
You just said nobody that's an engineer.
But he's not. He doesn't have a degree in physics. That's what I said. There's no flat earthers that have a degree in physics.
You said STEM.
Yeah, in STEM, but I don't think he has a degree in engineering.
Engineering's the East, or
yeah, I don't think he has a degree in engineering. I think he can claim.
I thought you just researched it and said you saw that he did.
No, I saw that he is an engineer, not that he's got a degree.
Well, generally, to be hired as an engineer, you got to have an engineering degree.
Not necessarily. Depends on the context of what you're doing.
Okay, well, that sounds like bias. I'm just gonna.
No, there's no bias. We're just pointing out that he did a series called Balls Out Physics.
Well, it sounds like you found somebody
wrong
that
at
didn't
physics.
that had the prerequisites that said the thing that you didn't want him to say.
But he doesn't. He doesn't actually have, as far as we can see, any degrees. He claims to be an engineer, and from what we can see, he works for an engineering company. But we don't know in what capacity, and he also knows nothing about physics. Everything he says about physics is completely and utterly wrong.
Why? What? I don't even know what he says.
Because it just goes against everything. He gets all the maths wrong. He gets the equations wrong. He gets the concepts wrong. You look into it. In fact, watch MC Toon's video on Brian Mullen that he did recently.
I don't like that guy.
MC Toon's awesome.
I don't really like that guy. I kind of liked you, and I kind of wanted to see what you were about and stuff. And also, I wanted you to answer my questions. But I also am not a big fan of the Professor Dave guys. Look, man, it's just like the way that you guys talk down to people. I just don't vibe with.
We don't like willful ignorance and liars, right?
Well, it just seems hateful. I don't think, like I said, I don't think everybody's out there lying on purpose or being dishonest on purpose.
So you've watched Professor Dave debate Dave Weiss. Dave Weiss is a liar. He got treated like
I have never watched a flat Earth debate longer than like 10 minutes because all they do is say this exact same shit in every debate.
Well, then it's a bit hard for you to say.
And then nobody moves the needle. It doesn't go anywhere. It never goes anywhere.
No, because flat earthers are willfully ignorant.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, but at the same time, you guys don't budge just as much, right?
But that's because we're right, though. We have the evidence to back us up. We're not going to say, you're right about that, because we are right. We are the ones with the facts and the evidence. No flat earther has ever brought any evidence that can hold up to scrutiny. If a flat earther brought me evidence that held up to scrutiny, and I was like, oh, you know what, that's absolutely right, I'd say it. But I analyse everything flat earthers bring to me. And nothing ever holds up to scrutiny. Like the things that you said to me today are explained by basic concepts of physics, of refraction, of camera optics. You know, these are things that you've seen flat earthers lie to you about, and you've kind of taken as fact, and that's all flat earth is. I saw your posts on X saying that you were just going to try and like psychoanalyze me, get to the bottom of why I hate flat earth so much. There must be some trauma there, etc.
Well, I didn't hide it. It was all. I mean, it was there.
There's no trauma. I don't hate flat Earth. Flat Earth, pretty cool. It's made me a lot of money. What I dislike is liars. I dislike people that indoctrinate others and use vulnerable people.
But
to
I don't
push,
think that's
their
happening
message.
like that. I don't.
But
think,
it is. It absolutely is, though. All of the big guys, like Eric Dubay and Dirth and that, they are directly lying to people and trying to indoctrinate
Dubay doesn't
them.
doesn't take money from anybody. All of that.
Yes, he does. Are you kidding?
Okay. All of the content that he has on his channel is completely free. There's no membership. He makes free content.
You realize that his channel's monetized.
Do you pay for a cable subscription? Do you pay for
Do you realize that Eric Dubay is monetized and he makes money from his videos?
Eric Dubay, well, I mean, he's not monetized on social media.
Yeah, he is.
What I can tell.
He's monetized on YouTube. He sells his fucking.
I mean, you sell shit, don't you?
I have T-shirts, but he sells stuff
pillow
that's
right
health
there.
things and that. Sorry,
you have a pillow right there.
No, that's my pillow. I don't sell those.
You should sell them. But anyway,
Eric Dubay is someone that is, proven to be a liar.
Yeah, but okay. That anything flat Earth aside, he's making entertainment. He's making content.
He's trying to indoctrinate people with lies.
No, he's not. He's making fun entertainment. I don't think he
Flat
doesn't
Earth isn't
ever
fun.
say,
Hold on. Flat Earth isn't fun entertainment. Flat Earth is for him. Flat Earth is a serious thing that he is lying to people about. He is purposely lying to people to try and indoctrinate them into flat Earth with absolute untruths.
Free content?
No, he gets paid by YouTube. It's not free.
Dude, his views suck. He has like as many views.
He probably makes about
30s.
He probably makes about, I don't know, $4,000 to $5,000 on YouTube a month.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't. No,
he does.
And do you make $4,000 to $5,000 on YouTube?
I make a lot more than that.
You guys got the same view count.
I make a lot more than that.
Well, then why are you mad at him, bro?
Because he's lying to people.
He's making fun videos to watch.
No, he's lying to people.
Okay, well then you need to be mad at the History Channel for pushing all that Bigfoot shit, for pushing all that alien shit. But guess what? History Channel's making a lot more money.
This is different to Flat Earth. He is indoctrinating people and lying to them. You're just saying it's fun content, but he tells people that the globe is not true, that people believe in the globe are satanic.
Not you, clearly.
Yeah, but he's not doing it. He is right. But hold on. What you don't understand, and you seem to be completely missing here, he isn't doing it for fun. He is doing it to lie to people.
I think he's just doing it to make a content, to have a channel.
No, he's doing it to lie to people. His content is lying to people.
Okay, so is the History Channel talking about Bigfoot?
We're not talking about History Channel. We're talking about Flat Earth. Right, and the people that push Flat Earth,
lying to people.
No, we're specifically talking about Flat Earth. We don't need to get off topic. We're talking about people that push Flat Earth, and the fact that the people that push Flat Earth purposely hold on. The people that push Flat Earth, like Eric Dubay, purposefully lie to you. That's not okay.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
That's irrelevant.
Well. Channel-wise, him monetized, making money, I don't have a problem with that.
Even though he's lying to people.
History Channel told me Bigfoot might be real.
No. I don't care about History Channel. We're talking about Eric Dubay and the fact that he
they're
lies.
A paid subscription, bro. They're making a lot more money lying to people.
Stop making excuses for people that are lying. Just because somebody else lies doesn't mean it's okay for somebody else to lie, okay? You are, at this point, making excuses for somebody who is trying to indoctrinate vulnerable people into a cult, and that's not very good.
Okay, so do you see though why I say it seems like you hate flat earthers? Because you just
No,
got super
again,
loud.
I don't hate flat Earth. I hate lies and
You just got
misinformation.
super mad at Eric DeBay for making money.
No,
And,
no,
like,
no.
called
Again,
him
I'm not mad at him for making money. It's like you're not listening to the
kinda
words
mad.
that I'm saying. Please try and listen to the words that I'm saying. I
Okay.
do not like the lies that he tells. That's it.
I don't like lies either, sir.
Okay, so everything you've listened to from Eric DeBay is a lie, provably.
History Channel told me that
We're not talking
aliens
about History Channel. Stop changing the
Well,
subject and stick with flat earthers.
Well, we're talking about liars making money.
Yeah, but we're talking specifically about flat earthers lying.
That's what I'm saying. You have a vendetta against flat earthers, and I want to know why.
I don't have a vendetta against flat earthers. I have a vendetta
You don't
against
care when
flat
other
earth.
people do it, but you care when they're doing it about flat earth. Why?
I don't like when people push bad science and misinformation, and flat earth is an extremely large source of bad science and misinformation. You are getting this wrong. I do not hate flat earthers. I dislike liars and scammers that push lies and misinformation onto vulnerable people. The people that end up being flat earthers.
So I think please stop
interrupting me. Flat earth, the only way that you can push it is to lie to people, and you are ignoring that, right? The only things that you've said to me so far are based on lies that you have believed. You are listening to Eric DeBay when we connected, when you were listening to a video of him lying as some kind of research in flat earth. Why, if the earth is flat, do flat earthers have to lie?
That was a weird question.
No, it's not.
So
it's a very simple question, and I'd like to focus on that. If the earth is flat, why do flat earthers have to lie?
What are they lying about?
Every single one of Eric DeBay's 200 proofs is a lie.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, but every single one of them has been debunked. Every single one.
Well,
they're literally right. The ones where he says hold on, no, not for debate. They're just wrong and lies. The ones where he says, "Oh, there's a lighthouse here and you can see this far," blah blah. No, he's just lying about those figures.
Yeah, Isle of Wight.
No, he's lying about the figures. Look into it. He's actually lying about the numbers. When he talks about when you can talk to who?
David Icke, because he lives by the Isle of Wight.
David Icke is a psycho. Why would you talk to him?
Entertainment, bro. Again, entertainment. Lizard people.
This isn't about entertainment. Why are you changing the subject? You're right. Flat Earth is entertainment. It's like the internet's pet rock. That's it, right? But you seem to have
a lot.
You seem to have an absolute disdain for real science in the globe. Why is that? Tell me about like your earliest memories and stuff, and what affected you in this way.
About what?
Why is it you hate science and facts so much? There must be some trauma there.
I don't hate science. I actually have gotten more involved in science ever since I started watching these things. Like I said,
why are you actively denying science then, and listening to people like Eric DeBay that lie about science? That seems to be something to me that would indicate a hate of actual science, because you only listen to the liars talking about science.
Well, I just accepted this interview with you, didn't I?
So you understand the Earth can't be flat? It's impossible, right?
I think that there is some information out there that is contrary to the accepted.
Well, give me some of it then, and I'll show you why it's wrong.
Okay. Hang on, I got it. Okay, so we started talking about parallax. The stars never shifting. They've never shifted.
That's a lie.
Thousands. What'd you say?
That's a lie that you've listened to.
Okay.
I went on. What's his name? I went on Jim Brewer's show the other day.
I caught a piece of it.
Yeah,
I caught it.
And that was actually brought up because that's one thing that Durf said. So I showed him this. This is Bernard's star. Every 5 years from 1985 to 2005. it's one of the closer stars, so its real movement is the most noticeable. So the claim that no stars have ever shifted is completely false. And if we go to... Hold on, one more. If we go to mt2.net/Polaris... Oh, maybe if I spell that right.
Can you send me that link?
That's just Wikipedia, dude.
Okay.
And if we go to here, we can see sailors have actually charted the changing positions of stars for hundreds of years. They've had to, because they navigate by the stars. And if they didn't chart the changing positions of the stars over the years, then they would get lost. So we've got we've got these three tables here, 1850 and 1900, and when you compare the positions of the stars in them, you see that the declination and stuff is different, because the stars do change positions.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
I got a good one for you. Hang on.
just before you do,
What? Go ahead.
it's just to point out to you that once again you were lied to by a flat earther. You were lied to.
Well, I don't even think like the person that sent me the Parallax. I really don't think they're lying, man.
Well, the information came from a liar.
I don't think
because this is something that Dearth pushes, Dave Weiss. So this is one of his evidence, one of his proofs that he has lied and indoctrinated other people with.
I told you we're on the same team about Dave Weiss. I don't trust Dave Weiss.
But Dave Weiss is, most of the things you said are evidence that Dave Weiss gives.
Well, that's not my fault, bro. I'm pretty sure Dave Weiss just ripped off Dubé. Like, to be honest with you, is what
they disagree on quite a lot. But Dubé lies. Dubé is one of the biggest liars. He lies about everything. All of his 200 proofs are just lies.
Okay, but he's not. The thing is, dude, like, you seem really upset by it, but he's not doing anything to, like, manipulate people into
Yes, he is. No, he's absolutely manipulating people. That's what
he has never said in any of his videos that a person needs to believe in flat Earth.
He has actually. You should listen to. He says that it's vitally important.
I've watched them all.
Well, then you've missed the ones where he says about it being vitally important to not believe the globe and believe that the Earth is flat. I really don't think you have watched all of Eric Dubé's videos.
Find it.
I really don't. Right, but I want to play you a little song about Eric Dubé, pointing out that his lies, by Greater Sapien.
Honestly, Dubé's one of the only ones.
But he lies about everything, so you need to look into his things.
I don't think Dave Weiss actually buys into it as much. He might a little bit, but I think he's just on a grift. I kind of am on the fence about Whitsitt. He's okay. He seems like an okay guy.
No, he's an actual Nazi and racist. He's not okay.
Okay.
I can send you a video of him actually being racist.
You can't just call people Nazis, though, bro. Why is he a Nazi?
Because he of his views. He has Nazi views. And he's also an actual white nationalist racist. I can send you proof of that, saying how people shouldn't intermarry and keeping your own blah, blah, blah is bad. But anyway, so this is Greater Sapien.
I would like to see that, actually. If you could send me that.
Excuse me. So this is Greater Sapien. As you can see here, he's been debunking Eric Dubé for a while. Every single one of his proofs debunked. And we're just going to quickly play this, which is the Ballad of Eric Dubé.
I actually am kind of excited to see that.
Oh, help I put the audio on.
Yeah, man, I want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah. Sorry, keep changing the settings on editing.
But the facts.
Right, here we go.
This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say. He stood by his list, but the facts slipped away. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. Now gather round, people, I'll tell you the tale of the man and his claims, but all of them fail. 16 claims of physics, all twisted and wrong. From rivers to water, the list goes on long. 13 straw men, built up nice and tall, to knock him back down with no sense at all. 9 times he said, I just can't believe, but disbelief ain't enough, it's a trick up his sleeve. 13 false facts that he called true, but science moves forward while debate stuck askew. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say. He stood by his list, but the facts slipped away. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. But wait, there's more as the story unfolds. In the land of opinions, his logic grows cold. 9 claims were opinions, no proof to be found, just whispers in wind, not a fact on the ground. 10 times he misunderstood light in the air, optics and angles, but he just didn't care. 8 times he fumbled with maps and with space. The world is a globe, but he couldn't keep pace. 7 flat horizons, he said, never drop, but the curve's always there, no matter where you stop. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say. He stood by his list, but the facts slipped away. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. Now we take to the water, where rivers run still, but on Dubé's flat earth, they flowed uphill. 12 times he claimed the water proves Earth's a plane, but the oceans and rivers just laugh at his strain. 7 were flights where he argued with space, but pilots and science put him back in his place. 14 flight times that he couldn't explain. The Earth keeps on spinning while he spins in vain. 11 bright lighthouses still shining afar, hidden by curves, not by tricks in the stars. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say. He stood by his list, but the facts slipped away. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. The sky grows dark, but his claims are still bright. Let's gaze at the stars and set this thing right. 13 skylines and mountains far away. He said they should vanish, but there they still stay. 8 times he claimed rivers forgot to curve, but Earth's roundness is something he couldn't observe. 8 constellations stretched out far and wide. Stars don't move like he thought, no place to hide. 5 more misunderstandings, all lost in the haze. Atmosphere bends, but debates in a daze. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say. He stood by his list, but the facts slipped away. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. This is the ballad of Eric Dubé. He had 200 proofs, yet nothing to say.
Yep. Oh, what did I just click on? Yeah, so his lies are so obvious you can make songs out of them.
I'm not gonna lie, man. There's some weird irony there of like somebody hating Eric Dubé so much of writing an entire song about him.
Well, he doesn't hate Eric Dubé. This is what you're missing. Greater Sapien doesn't hate Eric Dubé.
It seemed like he wrote a song about him.
But was that about Eric Dubé, or was that about the claims that Eric Dubé made?
I know, he said Eric Dubé a lot.
Yeah, because they were the claims that Eric Dubé made. Did he at one time say, I don't like Eric Dubé, he's a nasty person? No. All he said was, Eric lied about these things, and here's the numbers of where he lied. Because, as I showed you, he has spent the past 3 years debunking every single one of his claims.
What's his name?
This is the ballad.
Greater Sapien. Like, if you
Don't
go
play
to
that
his,
again.
you go to his channel, and you can see that he has been consistently debunking Eric Dubay for 3 years, right?
I'll look into it.
So he knows. He's got all the information about everything that Eric Dubay has ever said. So, of course, he can get AI to write a song about it.
Oh, he just had AI do that? That's kind of cool.
Well, yeah,
So
I think AI
but
is
also
actually
kind of
extremely
easy
good
at
at
the same
music.
time. Oh, he played the music?
No, I said I think AI is extremely good at music.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence about AI art. It's just this lifeless feel to it. Like the uncanny valley feeling. That's how I feel every time I look at any of it.
I don't know, that makes some pretty good songs.
Yeah.
Like, this is a DM that a Flat Earther sent me.
What is this?
That's a DM that a Flat Earther sent me, and we turned it into this.
The law rings up to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? The law, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Law, meta is an angle, real, fake. This is so physical, hit 'em up, chastise every young bitch that tries to stop you, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around. He's deaf, another deaf one. He can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear. LOL, no dirt in the middle. No dirt in the middle. No, 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 no. No dirt in the middle. No, 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 no. No dirt in the middle. No, 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 no. No dirt in the middle. No, 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 no. Low, no legs up to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? Low, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Low, meta is an angle, real, fake. Is it so physical, hit 'em up, chastise every gun bitch that tries to stop you, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around. He's deaf, another deaf one. He can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear. Low, dirty middle. Low, dirty middle. No, 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 no. No, dirty middle. No, 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 no.
Yeah, AI is pretty cool.
Okay.
Right,
I'm from
anyway,
the Midwest, man, and I don't even like country music. I'm not a country music guy. I'm not an acoustic fan, but it's interesting. Yeah.
But the DM from the Flat Earther, woof. Like, you're new to this, and you're not so far in that it's too late for you. And I really want to help you because
But I like it here.
It's very clear.
Everybody's nice.
But it's very clear that you have been indoctrinated by specifically Eric Dubay. You've
He's
watched
the
his
one who
videos.
did me in, huh?
Yeah,
Dubay.
you've watched it. You've watched his videos, and you've believed the things that he said without actually checking into them.
I just thought they were interesting. I didn't say that I'm concrete on anything, dude. I am not the type of person that just decides to believe in something because honestly, it takes a lot, and that's why I wanted to do the balloon experiment for myself. I want to see things for myself. I want to prove them to myself. Well, nobody's going to convince me.
Why don't you get together with a group of flat earthers and chip in together to do it?
I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Well, you're on X. You're following a bunch of them, right? Just try and start a project and say, look, let's send a balloon up. Let's figure this out for ourselves.
I kind of put feelers out. I said I was going to do it, and I really would. I had a price stop at $1,000, and when I found out that it was going to be like with the FAA thing and all that, it was going to be closer to $2,000, and I just couldn't afford it. If I had more people locally around that I knew, that I would totally do that. And I would send you the type of camera that I would use and everything. And that way I would love to try to settle this. I really don't think it would settle it because there's already hundreds of high altitude balloon footage. And that clearly did not solve any of the problem. You know what I'm saying? The controversy of the subject. That's kind of why I didn't do it. You know?
Okay. But back to Dubay, right? He's clearly the flat earther that you like, and you say you've watched all his videos. So the same question, I guess, applies to him as what I said about David Weiss. If the Earth is flat, why does Eric Dubay have to lie in all his videos? Because
I don't think he's lying. I think
he is lying. He knows what he's saying isn't true because he's been told.
Hang on, though. Let me at least give you my perspective on it. I don't think he's lying. I think he has also found evidence that points to the Earth not being round, and he has taken that and made a channel out of it. And I don't see a problem with that because
you're missing the point, dude. You're missing the point. He is lying. Every single one of his 200 proofs is a lie. We've proven that, right? So whether you think it's okay that he's made a channel out of it or not, it wasn't the question that I asked you. If the Earth is flat, then why did Eric Dubay have to make 200 proofs that are all lies?
Well, my answer to that question is I don't think he lied.
But we've told him they're lies. We've explained it to him for years and years and years. For 6 years, I've been tagging him and telling him that they are lies, and I can explain why they're lies. He knows that they're lies. He lies about things that people have said. He lies about challenges.
You know, it's so weird that you just said you messaged Eric Dubay thousands of times.
Not thousands of times.
You
I've
see how
tagged
that's
him.
weird? Do you see how that's kind of weird? Because
I didn't say I've messaged him thousands of times. I am. When he puts out a lie, I will respond and say, Eric, this is a lie. Here's why it's a lie. Right? Yeah, there is no way that Eric Dubay doesn't know the things that he says are lies. He's been told, he knows that they're lies, yet he still pushes them. So the question remains, if the Earth is flat, why does Eric Dubay have to tell so many lies?
And I answered that question. I said, I don't think he thinks he's lying.
But he is. We've told him that they're lies.
Well, just because they are lies, told him that doesn't mean that he's going to just believe that.
But it's not just lies about physics. He's made videos about me lying about things that I've said.
I did see a video he made with you in it, actually.
He lies about what other scientists say. He lies about what mainstream science says. He lies about physics and astronomy, right? He lies about the positions of lighthouses. He lies about the height that he takes images from. Eric Dubay is a proven liar, and this isn't just something I'm saying. We have proven that he is a liar, yet he keeps pushing the same lies that he knows are lies.
Well, I believe that he thinks that he has evidence that proves that your debunking of his shows that it's not lying. I don't think he is out there purposely misleading people to try and to what? Because he doesn't make any money off of it.
He does make money. He sells books and shit, and he makes money out of YouTube.
Okay, so when I say that he doesn't make any money off it, I'm talking about looking at his view count. It's pretty fucking low. So if he is making money off of content, it ain't very much. Less than what you're making. And
he probably makes about $5,000 a month on his channel.
I don't believe that.
I'm a YouTuber and I know how much you get from things that you do, and based on his views and constant uploads and shorts, I reckon he gets between $3,000 and $5,000 a month.
Well, I told you I got into this about a year ago, right? So I've been watching Dubay's channel for almost exactly a year, and I've watched his view count. I've watched his videos multiple times. They haven't changed. So over this year, he's not bumping out what you think he's bumping out, man. He's not. So he's not in it to make money.
No,
the dude moved to Thailand on his own. He obviously already had money to play around with.
Right?
You see what I'm saying,
when we look at his channel, he's got videos with over 1 million views, which would have made him at least 60.
Which one?
Why everyone's leaving YouTube. Then we've got Level Flat Earth, which has got 750,000 views. The best Flat Earth documentary,
That's
500,000 views.
That doesn't count. Look at his videos.
These are his videos.
Yeah, the Level is the movie.
Evolution and Dinosaurs Debunked, 300,000 views. That would have made him about 10 grand.
I just looked at it. It was like 32.
Do you want me to show it you right now? I'm looking at it
up on my phone. Yeah, but if you got it on your computer, yeah.
Wait, shit, that's the wrong one. Where's my capture?
The one with the dinosaur turning into the chicken on the thumbnail?
So evolution of dinosaurs debunked, 300,000. Top 20 proofs Earth's not a spinning globe, 235,000. This video alone would have probably made
How
about,
old is it?
I don't know, 3,000 views. But let's go to like this year.
Yeah.
So this
Those
one,
are the-
24,000 views. That would have made him about
Yeah.
a grand.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That would have made between, well, depending on
But look
his
at the ones-
hold on, depending on his click-through rate, this would have made between 300 and £1,000. 6.1 thousand views. That's because he's not talking about flat Earth. He's being a really shitty yoga teacher.
Okay,
23,000,
look at the ones from like 10 months ago.
34,000.
Roll it down.
Right, with these consistent views, right, in the
But those
30s.
have been all
Look at
the
this.
same
5
for
months
the
ago,
last
205,000 views. That video alone probably made him about £3,000.
How old is it?
5 months.
300?
Yep. I mean, he's got lots around 40 and 50. He's making plenty of money off of his YouTube channel.
Well, at the same time, though, too, he doesn't charge for it. It's not a membership thing.
I'm pretty sure he has members on his channel.
He only has 217,000 subscribers, dude.
Yeah, I've only got
Not even a
56,000 and I
250,000.
can make a lot of money.
I mean, I think it's kind of a stretch to say he's making a lot of money on fucking YouTube videos, but either way, he put a lot of time into making the content. You
Yeah,
pay
a
people
lot of time
$5
into
yeah.
lying, a lot of time into making lies, and that's not okay, is it?
Well, we can argue about lies, dude, when it comes to entertainment purposes, but I don't really think we're
He's
gonna
not very
get into-
entertaining because his voice is so boring.
I don't have a problem with it. Watch them
So
all.
you enjoy listening to his lies, then, is what you're saying, dude? Eric
I
Dubay
think
is a
his
liar,
stuff
and
is-
you need to realize this. It's not interesting; it's just false.
Okay,
Any
isn't-
claim that he makes, you can look into it and find out that it's just a lie.
But it is interesting. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not worried about
Interesting as you know, the same way that a massive turd is interesting. Yes.
that. Well, 300,000 people would argue otherwise, bro.
Okay. Well, that doesn't mean that they're smart people. But anyway, let's get back to
They're being entertained. It's fucking YouTube.
But this isn't about entertainment. This is about if you're being lied to and indoctrinated into a cult.
I don't think Eric Dubay is purposely indoctrinating people.
Oh, he
That's
absolutely
all.
is. That's his entire
He's
purpose.
not.
You need to
No,
listen
he's
to the
not.
words he says. And how he's
What?
like, it's a fight for humanity and all this and that. Eric Dubay is definitely trying to indoctrinate you. In fact, he's done it. Eric Dubay has indoctrinated you so much that you're now...
He got me, huh? Dubay
what's
got
that thing? What's that thing where you start falling in love with your captor?
Stockholm.
Yeah. You've literally got Stockholm syndrome of Eric Dubay at this point.
Got it. I don't think so.
It's clear you
But-
do though, because you can't see that he is lying to you, and you're kind of defending him, and saying, "Oh,
No,
it's just
I told
entertainment.
you-
Oh, it's not that bad. It's just entertainment." That's literal Stockholm syndrome, dude.
Okay, wait. No, it's not. He's not my captor. Eric Dubay is not my captor.
Oh no, he is your captor. He's captured your mind.
got my brain.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
captured your mind 100%. He's indoctrinated
Oh.
you. He's captured your mind, and that's where you're at, unfortunately.
Then why am I here? Like, why am I here talking to you though? Because the whole purpose of me coming here and
Because
talking to you, was
the
to
purpose of you
answer
coming
the
here and
questions
talking to me
I
was you
had
wanted
about
to
that.
try and psychoanalyze me and find out why I hate flat Earth. When I don't hate flat Earth, I dislike liars and misinformation
if I-
and something that is a cult.
Yeah, if I genuinely was like fully accepted and indoctrinated, like you say, why would I even be tempted to talk to somebody with the antithesis of of what I believe? You know, that doesn't.
Ego?
I don't feel indoctrinated.
No,
I feel
people that
open
indoctrinated
to-
don't feel indoctrinated, but you have been indoctrinated.
Oh, okay. Well,
Have you
That's
got
good.
any other proofs that you'd like to go through?
Yeah.
on.
We did Parallax. We did the boats. Um. No, I don't. I mean, I do have other ones, but I don't want to draw your time out. This actually went a little longer than I thought it was going to be. How long do you
like it?
do this?
I have done streams that have lasted 50 hours, 55 hours. So.
Oh wow! No, I'm probably not going to do all that, man. Let's see what some of the ones that just come to mind immediately.
I'd like to get you back on at some point and talk to a PhD. Right,
what did you say?
I'd like to get you back on at some point to talk to a PhD.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, that would be fine.
Yeah, there's a guy called PhD Tony who is an incredibly intelligent person and actually works with gravity and the Earth being spherical as part of his job. So. Yeah, he can definitely have a talk with you. But yeah, let's go for a couple more bits of evidence that you have been indoctrinated with from Eric.
Okay. I would like to talk maybe a little bit about Antarctica. I think that's kind of curious because, I mean, it does seem kind of weird that nobody's allowed to go there, don't you think?
That's not true. You are allowed to go there, though. Yeah,
but you can only go to this one little spot.
No, that's not true. You can go wherever you want. No one's going to stop you. You've been lied to by Eric Dubay about the Antarctic Treaty, I'm afraid.
I didn't even hear that from Eric Dubay.
Well, where did you hear it from then?
Why Antarctica is weird?
Why it's off limit? Who told you can't go there because they lied to you?
The Y-Files, bro. I was just watching the Y-Files.
What the hell is the Y-Files?
It's a YouTube channel. They do conspiracy stuff. Why are you so mad at these people?
I don't understand. When have I been mad? Are you okay?
I don't know. And you seem to get pretty aggressive.
They've lied to you about the Antarctic Treaty, unfortunately.
Again, it was an entertainment show.
Okay, and an entertainment show that lied to you about the Antarctic Treaty, which you've just taken as fact. So let me be clear about the Antarctic Treaty.
A lot of people like that show, man. It's just a show.
Yeah, but you have then taken what is said as fact. You're missing the point. You have said, well, this show said about the Antarctic Treaty. Well, they lied to you about the Antarctic Treaty. It doesn't matter if people like the show. You've just been lied to.
Well, I'm just saying Eric Dubay didn't say. You immediately assumed that it was more.
Well, if you've watched all of Eric Dubay's videos, then you would have seen his video about the Antarctic Treaty.
I don't remember that one. I remember the Y-Files.
Let me be clear about the Antarctic Treaty. It does not stop anybody going to Antarctica. Ever. Anyone can go to Antarctica at any time to do to go and explore it. What you're not allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do is start a military there. You're not allowed to damage it. You're not allowed to leave waste. But there is no one that is ever going to stop you going to Antarctica and walking in as far as you want. You will probably die, but the Antarctic Treaty does not prohibit people going to Antarctica. That in itself is a lie.
You're cutting out a little.
All right, what did you hear?
Okay, that's better. I heard it all. It was just choppy.
Right. So yeah, you've been lied to about Antarctica. Anyone can go there.
You just go wherever you want there, huh?
Yes, absolutely. This year, a woman did a solo expedition, literally across the entirety of Antarctica, one side to the other, which has also been done many, many times. The claim you can only go to a little bit of it is not true. There is certain base camps.
Wait a minute. Did you say that somebody's walked across Antarctica multiple times?
Yes. That's been done loads of times.
So wait, I'm confused then because the final experiment thing is based upon Antarctica's, what is it, the sun? Midnight sun or something like that?
It's based on the claim that flat earthers make that there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica, because that would be impossible.
So why would a globe earther even bother putting up the money and shilling up the money to even
debunk the flat earth claim?
If somebody already walked across it,
because he is doing something that will take both globers and flat earthers to go and experience it for themselves, rather than relying on what other people have done.
No. If somebody has walked completely across Antarctica,
I just explained.
There's no reason for a globe person to go down there and use the sun as evidence to prove it.
But again, this is more about debunking a flat Earth claim. Flat Earthers claim there is no 24-hour sun. So Will Duffy is putting up the money to take both Globers and Flat Earthers there to test the Flat Earth claim.
But why bother if somebody walks
Instead of relying on what other people have done. Because a lot of people don't believe that people have walked across it, right? Flat Earthers, a lot of Flat Earthers still believe that you can't go to Antarctica at all. So this experiment has been set up to debunk the claims of Flat Earthers.
Info of the person that walked across it?
You can just Google it, solo expedition across Antarctica, disabled woman.
Disabled woman?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And again, it's not the first one. But the reason that Will Duffy is doing it is because...
I feel like I would have heard about that. I've never heard about that. Why haven't I heard about that?
I don't know. Maybe you don't watch the news
How long
or read
ago?
articles.
How long ago was it?
This year at some point.
This year somebody did that.
Yeah. And it's been done many, many times. But you misunderstand the point of the final experiment. It is testing a Flat Earth claim. It is testing a few Flat Earth claims. It is testing the Flat Earth claim that you cannot go below the 60th parallel. It's testing the Flat Earth claim you can't go to Antarctica. It's testing the Flat Earth claim that there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And it is taking both Globers and Flat Earthers to specifically test this claim.
So what I have heard recently, and you're going to call this backpedaling, and you probably already know what I'm talking about, but just because you see a 24-hour sun, what did they say? The lights in the sky do not prove the shape of the Earth.
But that's irrelevant. We're testing a Flat Earth claim.
Okay, but what I'm hearing from Flat Earth people,
that's what they're saying now. Right, for the past 5 years,
that's what
they have been saying.
They've
been for the past 5 years, including Eric Dubé, have been saying that the ultimate proof would be going to Antarctica and checking to see if there's a 24-hour sun. Eric Dubé has said that, but now someone's doing that. Oh no, we don't care about the 24-hour sun. That doesn't prove anything. Because, and I can't believe I have to keep saying this to you, Flat Earthers are liars.
I get it, man. You think Flat Earthers are liars?
No, I don't think. I know they are. I have proven that they are.
I understand that is your... Look, I understand that's your niche thing. That's
no. It's not a niche thing. This is just a factual statement that you need to understand.
But you don't have to keep... I'm just saying you don't have to keep reiterating it.
Oh, I do. It's very important that it needs reiterating that Flat Earthers are lying to you.
Well, then you're doing it for your audience because you're not doing it for me because I just...
No, I absolutely am doing it for you. It's very important that you understand this.
I already heard it.
Well, then you need to hear it more because you haven't heard it enough.
I don't, though.
You do. You need to hear it more.
You think they're liars.
No, right? I know that. No. See, you're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong. They are liars. It's a factual statement.
Okay, I got it.
Right? You cannot be a flat earther without lying about physics and the universe we live in.
So that's your thing, huh? That's how you kind of hook people in.
No, it's just a factual statement that I am letting you know. The entire point of this entire conversation,
I know, but the whole point of
Eric Dubé,
like you driving it home kind of seems like a lot of extra.
It feel like it's extra if you want, but I am getting it into your head that you have been lied to. You have been indoctrinated.
I know.
You need to get out of that.
I understand that's what you believe.
No, and it's a fact. I don't believe it. Beliefs are irrelevant. Beliefs are for children. You have been indoctrinated.
I don't think I have.
Indoctrinated people don't think they have. You have been indoctrinated by Eric Dubé. You've been so indoctrinated by Eric Dubé, you now suffer from Stockholm Syndrome.
As soon as I was able to do a high altitude video on my own with a camera, with your approval, that it was the right one that could go up there, and I saw curvature, I'd say, okay. If I did on my own. It has nothing to do with Eric Dubé indoctrinating you or you trying to tell me that they're liars. I like to see things for myself. And I feel like that's what most people, they want to prove things to themselves. Secondhand information is great.
But it's important to understand that flat earthers are liars. That's what they do. That's why we push the hashtag #GottaLieToFlerf. Because you cannot push flat earth without pushing lies. Eric Dubé did 200 lies that you bought hook, line, and sinker.
I told you I thought they were interested. I'm not into... I already told you that I haven't bought completely into fucking anything. I said I am after truth. I didn't buy shit. So you need to stop with this, like, I've been indoctrinated.
There it is.
I've accepted these lies because you just don't know me like that.
I do. I've figured you out quite quickly, and you've been indoctrinated by Derek Dubay,
Okay.
and it's an unfortunate thing. That got him triggered.
I just personally don't see it like that. I don't see myself being in some sort of cult. I just watched some videos. I thought it was interesting, and I got into the community. It hasn't harmed me in any way. I'm okay. I really am.
Not yet, but it leads that way. Flat Earth is.
I mean, I still got all the smarts that I had before, man. I mean, I did what you did. I graduated from college.
No, you didn't do what I did. I have 2 degrees, one in physics and one in nuclear engineering. You didn't do that.
Hey, but I continued my education. I went on. I learned stuff. I like to learn. I do.
You didn't know anything about physics, though, and that's kind of the problem here.
My physics knowledge?
Yeah.
Well, it would seem that my knowledge is something about perspective, because most of my iffy points on the globe are about what I've seen. It looks pretty flat.
No,
and you say all the
there's a horizon. It can't be flat if there's a horizon. That defies flatness.
I don't think so. That's just perspective.
No. There's no reason there would be a horizon if the Earth was flat. It would be an indistinct blur in the distance. It would not be a crisp horizon. It literally defies the concept of a flat Earth.
I don't think that's how perspective works. I don't think that's how.
That's exactly how perspective works. Perspective doesn't make a distinct, clear line appear out of nowhere. Like the horizon is nothing to do with perspective. If the Earth was flat, any horizon would just be an indistinct blur in the distance, not a crisp line like we see.
Yeah, man, of course. The farther away you get from something, the smaller it gets, right? So if it's really far, you won't be able to see it. It'll be all blurry. But, I mean, that seems to make sense.
Yeah, but which we don't see. That's not what we see on Earth with a horizon. We don't see a blurry, distant horizon. We see a relatively close, distinct, clear, crisp horizon.
Okay.
It literally defies the concept of the Earth being flat. There is no reason there is a predictable position the horizon is if the Earth is flat. That doesn't make sense. It goes against
how much is a pound?
Knowledge.
You said you make like 3,000 pounds or whatever per show doing this, or not per show, for your views and everything.
Yeah.
Dollars to pounds. What's a dollar a pound?
I think a dollar is $1.26 to the pound at the moment.
That's cool. But do you get how it's kind of weird that even though you make an entire show and is that your living? Is this your job?
Like, I'm self-employed and it's one of my jobs, yeah.
Yeah. Even though you're on the anti-side of it, you're still part of the flat Earth movement. Whether you like it or not.
I'm not part of the flat Earth movement. I'm part of the anti-flat Earth movement.
You definitely are. Because it's part of every movement.
I am part of the anti-flat Earth
Civil rights movement. Yeah, but that's part of a movement. The
No. It's a different movement. There's the flat Earth movement. There's the anti-flat Earth movement. They're different movements.
No. That's all the flat Earth movement.
No. They're different
Civil rights,
movements.
Renaissance movement. Yeah, man.
They're different. One is the movement. One is the anti of that movement. Right? What I've done is I've monetized the stupidity of people and the lies that people push.
Well, what you're doing is you're protecting the established explanation for things.
I'm not protecting anything.
I'm
I'm just explaining how physics works.
Okay, but the current explanations are things, and now you got people coming in trying to argue about that. Every movement involves with
no knowledge of physics. That's the problem. They try to argue about physics with no knowledge of physics.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you are actually probably helping progress the movement.
Oh, definitely not. I've saved thousands of people.
Yeah,
Flat Earthers actively block me and try to remove me.
Idea. You're also showing people this idea for the first time, people that click on your stuff, and then you might accidentally create a flat earther.
No, I don't create flat earthers. People that say that I create flat earthers are just lying because I save flat earthers.
It's entirely possible that you could, though, with your content.
Regardless of my content stops flat earthers.
It doesn't matter if it's your purpose to anti-flat Earth or flat Earth. You're talking about flat Earth.
Why do you hate bad things so much?
Why do I hate bad things so much?
Yeah, yeah. Why do you hate? Why do you like? Sorry, that's the wrong way to say it. Why do you like the bad things so much? Why do you hate the truth and reality? Why do you go with lies and misinformation and just be like, oh well, you know, they're just having fun. It's just a YouTube channel, blah blah blah. That's a really disingenuous position to hold.
Because we don't have the same perspective on these things, I don't think. I'm seeing it as a different explanation of the world, and I think it's interesting to think about. That's all it is.
But you go about online pushing the flat Earth as well.
Pushing the flat Earth to who? My 200 followers?
Yeah.
To who? Half of them are fucking robots. Nobody's listening to me.
You still retweet the flat Earth and stuff. Like I've looked at your most people you follow are flat Earthers.
I've made in the community, so everybody, it's just a fucking echo chamber. That's all social media is. It's echo chamber.
And you should really get out of that echo chamber, dude. You need to leave that flat Earth echo chamber. It'd be good for you.
That wasn't the point that I was trying to make.
Yeah, it's the point I'm making though. You need to get out of that flat Earth echo chamber. It's bad.
Yeah. All I'm saying is me sharing fucking memes isn't hurting anybody because all the people seeing them are all people that I've made friends with online in the flat Earth community.
It can hurt people that come across it for the first time and just fall for it.
Yeah, but that's what you're doing, bro. You're getting
I'm helping people.
Yeah, but you are helping, in your opinion, most people that you see and they come in here and laugh at flat earthers. But there's somebody that clicked on this for the first time and didn't know nothing about flat earth, and you just interested them in flat earth and they just went and investigated it.
Everyone knows that flat earth is a thing.
Work, dude.
Everyone knows that flat earth is a thing.
No one knows flat earth is a thing?
I said everybody knows that flat earth is a thing. No one is discovering flat earth for the first time by clicking on my channel.
No, that's demonstrably not true. My fucking girlfriend didn't know nothing about flat earth till she saw me watching fucking, you know.
Are you telling me your girlfriend did not know the concept of flat earth existed?
No, absolutely.
I don't believe that. Everybody knows the concept of flat earth exists.
That's because you live in an echo chamber.
No, I don't. I'm open-minded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't live in an echo chamber because I listen to everyone from all sides.
Well, it seems like you're surrounded by people that like to make fun of flat earthers and get their
Well, that's
rocks
because
off.
I have a channel that makes fun of flat earthers, yes, so I will be surrounded by people that enjoy my content and are fans of mine. That's how being an internet celebrity kind of works.
Well, that also creates an echo chamber.
It's not an echo chamber, though. I specifically don't want echo chambers.
Okay, well,
like the Discord, well, it's not even my Discord; it's my fans' Discord. Flat Earthers are welcome there.
Okay.
So let's just do one more, bit of evidence of the flat Earth that you're struggling with, and let's see if I can help you.
Okay.
Because it's kind of it is a bit sad that you've been indoctrinated in this way and you've fallen for these lies, and you kind of pushing towards that as the truth, when it is just lies that you've been listening to, and it's unfortunate, right? So let's just one more of these lies that you've been shown, and let's explain to you why it's a lie.
Why is it unfortunate? Why is it unfortunate?
Of course, it's unfortunate that you have been indoctrinated by lies. That is an unfortunate thing.
But what bad is going to happen to me from believing in fairy tales?
You might not realize that something is true, and it could hurt your life in some way. We don't know. There's many reasons why. There's lots of people I know that end up losing their entire life because of flat Earth. Will that happen to you? I don't know, but it could. The fact is, you've been indoctrinated, right? And by the flat Earth. So let's just get into one more of that bit of that indoctrination. One more lie that you've bought, and I'll explain to you why it's a lie.
One more thing Eric Dubay indoctrinated me with was, God, how did he indoctrinate me into that? No, we already did Antarctica. Oh, the vacuum. Vacuum of space. How can there be an endless vacuum of space next to a contained environment?
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Yeah, I think Deserfile said it best. Gravity contains the atmosphere on Earth.
So
FG equals GM1 M2 over R squared.
If your intent is to educate people and bring them back to your side, I really think your approach of calling people retarded is
I didn't call you
not...
retarded. I played a video of someone else calling you retarded.
Did you know the video was going to say retarded?
Oh, I edited it, yes. And
Yeah.
it was just it was a bit of comedy, which I hope you took it as such.
I mean, I understand what
But
you were trying
it would be a test of your emotional intelligence to see whether you could take that as the joke it was intended or not. The answer to your question is gravity. Gravity contains the atmosphere on Earth. That's why we have a gradient in our atmosphere. Starts at 14.7 psi at sea level, goes up to practically 0 as the atmosphere gets further away, because FG equals GM1 M2 over R squared, which means that gravity creates a force proportional to the product of two or more masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them.
Okay. Gradient, then.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a gradient in our atmosphere. You know that, right? It's not just like pressure space. It's just, it gets lower and lower and lower. In fact, the difference in pressure between the top of Everest and space is way less than the difference in pressure between sea level and the top of Everest.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. So how high do you have to go before things don't fall anymore, they float? Is there like
things are always that's not how it works. Things don't just float in space for no reason. If you're looking at the ISS and people floating in the ISS, that's because it's in an orbit around Earth, which is technically a free fall towards Earth.
How high do you have to go to be able to get into orbit and stay in that?
Well, to stay in orbit, you kind of need to be a couple of 100 miles up at least, and traveling at about 17,000 miles an hour.
Oh, you just remind me of another one. How high is the space station? 250?
Something like that, yeah.
Mine?
Yeah. It's been confirmed many times.
Okay, that's fine. So when I look up and I go outside and I see a plane at altitude at like 35,000 feet.
Yeah.
You almost can't see it. Very small, right? Tiny. Really small. 35,000 feet is about 6 miles, right? Or kilometers or whatever you guys use. I don't know what you use. About 6 miles. So to be up 250 miles, the space station is supposed to be the size of about a football field, right?
Yeah. And it matches that. You can actually test it. So
how would I be able to
just
barely see a plane at altitude at 30,000 feet, which is also a 757 is about...
Well, it's not it's not like you can see the International Space Station very clearly with your eyes. It's a very small dot that passes the moon.
Well, you shouldn't be able to see it at all.
Well, no, you should be able to see it. You can actually do the maths and find out that you should be able to see it, which, funnily enough, Red's Rhetoric and Astronomy Live did from the ground. What they did was they had two different positions on the ground about a mile apart, and they both at the same time recorded the ISS transiting the moon. So
trigonometry, right?
Right, yeah, and then they used the difference in the position of the moon, the ISS compared to the moon from their two recordings to actually figure out not only the height of the ISS, but the speed of the ISS and the size of the ISS, just using physical reality and maths. So your claim that you shouldn't be able to see it at all is wrong according to trigonometry.
I'm just telling you things that I heard you ask.
Right. So okay, well, that claim is wrong according to trigonometry.
Okay. Satellites. Definitely have seen a satellite looking up. I've seen it. I've seen them little things moving across there. I've definitely seen it. Satellites are generally the size of a car. So to be, we'll say an SUV to be safe.
A lot are a bit smaller than a car, to be fair.
Okay. So to be in orbit, right? Satellites obviously in orbit. It's got to be. It's not as high as the ISS, though, right?
No, they're round about the same orbit as ISS, roughly.
So how the fuck can I see something the size of a car about 200 miles up.
You can't. You can see the
but
light
I
reflecting
see
from
a
it.
plane. What is it?
You can't see the actual satellite. You see the light reflecting from it.
I see the light reflecting, moving.
Yeah. Yeah. So
then why do I see it steady the whole time?
Because it's really far away. And
Okay.
you know, so the way to think about this is, you imagine shining a laser across a lake, right? And you can see where the laser comes from, but you can't actually see the laser pointer because the laser pointer is too small. But you can still see the light coming from it because that's what hit your eyes. So when light reflects off of the solar panels on satellites, that's what we see. You know, you're not going to be able to look up with a telescope and see a Starlink satellite. You'll be able to see the light that's reflected off of its solar panels, which is why you can only see it just after sundown or just before sunrise.
I've seen one during the day.
I don't think you would have seen a Starlink satellite during the day.
No, this wasn't a Starlink satellite. This was before that. This was like 10 years ago or something like that. Probably more than that.
I don't know what it was you saw. It must have been a big satellite.
Well, I definitely saw something up there, and I don't believe in UFOs. Do you believe in UFOs?
Are there unidentified flying objects? Yes.
Do you believe in extraterrestrial UFOs?
I don't know if any have come to Earth, but it would be stupid to think that there is no life out there in the universe.
Right. Well, the thing that I saw, I don't think it was a UFO, and it was going in a straight line. So, and it was the afternoon. It was maybe like, I don't know. It wasn't morning, it wasn't night. It was definitely in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah,
so I saw some.
It was probably just a plane.
It definitely wasn't a plane. It was too high.
Did you measure it?
I've seen planes all my life. I know it wasn't a plane.
Okay. I mean, this is just you saying a thing, so it's kind of not really much we can talk about.
Yeah, I get that.
But you see the...
Well, man, I appreciate you letting me come on here and, answering some questions for me. I still think it's kind of weird that, you've been doing this for 6 years, and it seems like Flat Earth is kind of gaining steam.
Oh, it's definitely not gaining steam. Did you know the last Flat Earth International Conference had 42 attendees?
I don't know anything about conferences, but I know that I hear in the wild, out there in the public, I hear murmurs of Flat Earth a lot more than I used to. So it has to be.
That's because social media is a thing. That's it.
Yeah.
The internet has allowed the idiots to get together and be idiots together.
Well,
just seeing if there's any particular...
agree to disagree, sir. I
can't agree to disagree with anything to do with Flat Earth because it's just fundamentally false and based on lies. And I hope I've shown that to you today.
Liars. They're all liars.
The big Flat Earthers are all liars. Eric Dubay, Dearth, they're all just liars.
I don't think they're all liars.
Well, Eric Dubay definitely is. You should definitely look into the lies that Eric Dubay has said. I highly suggest you go
that Nazi
watch...
shit you were talking about.
Yeah, I can send you a link to that, but I highly advise going to watch Greater Sapiens videos, and that will explain to you why they're all lies.
Is that the guy that made that music video?
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch that. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to watch that video. You can just watch other videos that he's done.
No, I don't think so. But I appreciate you having me on here, dude.
No worries.
Like I said, I've never done anything like this before. I've never been on live stream or... So it was fun.
Right, I will get you back on at some point and get you to talk to PhD Tony, and that should be fun.
I look forward to it.
All right, bud. Well, have a great day, and remember, the Earth's not flat.
Bye, guys.
Oh, it's unfortunate, isn't it? It's a little bit sad that he really has been indoctrinated by Eric Dubay. Like... That's I think one of the worst cases of actual indoctrination that I've seen, specifically regarding Eric Dubay, and it's a little upsetting. Seems like a nice enough guy, right? He's apparently a social worker. Must have some kind of moral compass, I guess. Arif Kuntal says, could he have been higher? Probably not as high as me. Yeah, so it's disappointing when you find someone like that is literally just falling for the flatter flies because they maybe don't understand it. It's not nice. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I didn't go FTFE. I tried to stay Teacher Craig there. I'm going to ask a poll, actually. What do you prefer? Teacher Craig or FTFE? Let me know what you guys actually prefer. Teacher Craig or FTFE? Jiffy Jiffwell, who's been a member for 14 months, says the Flat Earth community is nice. Well, he's a po. Yeah, he must not have met many of them. Jiffy Jiffwell for $5. Everyone thinks I'm special, but they also think my name is Ed. And then he gives 5 memberships and then another one, so 6 memberships. Thank you very much, Jiffy. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says, in case you guys aren't aware, Durf's a scammer. Yes, he is. PhD Tony, $5 Australian, says, we can use neutrino counts with the inverse square law to precisely calculate Earth's distance from the Sun and solve for Earth's orbital parameters. Yeah, that would have been a little bit over his head, I think. Excuse me. Tim Davidson for $2 says, I'm after the truth. Press X to doubt. Signastep, $10. Thank you. I swear sometimes this chat is the best thing ever, even if it's not about Flat Earth. We're all awesome. Yeah, just not you, Gary, right? Excuse me. I'll explain why I'm feeling a bit poorly in a minute. Dave McKeegan for £2 says, first rule of Truth Seekers Club is ignore the truth. PhD Tony, $5 Australian. There's a very real difference between reading something and understanding it. That requires a level of skill Flat Earthers do not possess, which is what I've tried to tell them so often. Signastep, $20. Thank you very much, buddy. No, really, this is great, Craig. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. PhD Tony, $10 Australian. Thank you very much, buddy. As someone who spent 30 years studying the shape of Earth and its gravitational field, I resent being called a liar by people who don't know what they're talking about. Hashtag got a lie to Flerf. Lord Illuminous Pooh for $5. I read about a Duke's son being hit with a peasant's head from a catapult. It was the first surface-to-hair missile. Get out. Signastep, $5 says, Craig doesn't have my phone number. Oh, yes, I do. Lord Illuminous Pooh for $2 says, Parallax. What's the Sinestro corpse got to do with it? In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evils might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. The Turtle Moves for £2 says, show me on the dole where science hurt you. Spider Angela for 20 secs. He's in love with Eric. You're talking to a wall. Indoctrinated. Alex L for $4.99. Alexander L, sorry, $4.99. Craig smiling when this guy mentioned Antarctica. I know. Alexander L, $9.99. Thank you very much, buddy. Witsit being a full-on white suprematist is disappointing, disturbing, and entirely unsurprising. Does he see the writing on the wall and moving on? How is he going to monetize white supremacy? Yeah, Witsit is a disgusting human being. PhD Tony, thank you, buddy, for another $5 Australian. The claim Earth is flat is a lie that, if believed, makes any other deranged conspiracy theory instantly credible. It's dangerous and irresponsible. I hope that I got that across. General E. Shady, $2 Australian. Money for nothing and the dirt for free. Tim Davidson, $2. Anti, the opposite or reverse, against, to not be. Yeah, anti-Flat Earth, not part of the Flat Earth movement. Eclipse Chris, £2 says, did I miss the Flerf evident? No. It's a Rubik's, actual NASA shill, $2. Remember, NASA's always watching. I know. He's there right now. Alexander L, $4.99 says, I want Craig and Toon to make an official Witsit Goes Nazi video. Possibly. Certainly something we might do. Oh, but you know that Flat Earthers really are liars. And scammers. you may have heard that Derf's a scammer.
Yo, listen up, it's your boy Dirch in the his house. My plan so slick, gonna make your pockets this house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. Yo, listen up, it's your boy Dirt H in the his house. That's the horse house. Got a plan so slick, gonna make your pockets this house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. Black treasure, that's the light I'm preaching. Sell my app, it's what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck. While I'm laughing, pocketing a buck. I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
Flat Earth, that's the lie I'm preaching. Sell my app, it's what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck. While I'm laughing, pocketing a buck. I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, the icy place. I offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go. It's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. I'm a scammer. Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. The scammer, I play the game. Gonna hustle hard, gonna rise to fame. But remember one thing, it's all a ploy to make that green, I'll be your decoy. So if you wanna join, come take my hand. But beware the tricks, it's all planned. TITRH, that's my name. In the world of scams, I got the fame.
Right, so, good show. Quick little story. You might not be aware, but there's been a major issue with the food supply chain in the UK. Late August, early September, a company called FGS in India somehow mixed up a 30 kilogram bag of peanut powder with a 30 kilogram bag of mustard powder. Mustard powder, mustard flour are major ingredients in pretty much everything, right? Sauces and stuff like that. And it's such a fine grain of peanut powder that it's been, giving people serious issues. The FSA in the UK has obviously enforced some recall, which is happening with a whole bunch of products. But I found it the hard way by going out to Nando's, and they were like, "Look, there's been a bit of a problem. Are you going to be okay?" And normally when I go out to eat, people say about peanuts, I'm like, "Oh, it's fine." But no, this one I wasn't. And I want to take you guys through a list of things that the Food Standards Authority have advised that I do not eat for the next 6 months. So, for the next 6 months, those with severe allergies are advised to avoid the following. Mustard, obviously, all types, yellow, Dijon, whole grain English. Mayonnaise and mayonnaise-based sauces like garlic mayo. Salad dressings, vinaigrettes, honey mustard, ranch, Caesar, etc. Barbecue sauce, hot sauce, steak sauce, tartar sauce, ketchup, horseradish sauce. Processed foods, packaged sandwiches and wraps, pre-made salads, deli meats and cold cuts, burgers and meat patties, Ready meals. Marinated meats and fish. Coated and breaded chicken like chicken nuggets or schnitzels. 3. Seasoning, blends and spices. Spice mix and rubs, especially for meats and barbecue. Curry powders, chili powders, soup and stew mixes, instant noodles. 4. Snacks and baked goods. Flavoured crisps and chips, pretzels, crackers, spicy snack mixes, breads, sauces and gravy mixes, gravy powders, curry sauces, sauce packets, often in prepackaged meals, cheese and dairy products, flavoured cheeses, cheese spreads, dips, pickles and preserved foods, pickled vegetables, chutneys and relishes, bakery items, savoury pastries like sausage rolls, cheese and onion pastries, etc., pretzel bread and rolls, processed meat products, hot dogs, sausages, bacon, ham, corned beef and canned meats. Now, I'm not sure what is there left that I can actually eat. Like, that's everything, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to eat anything anymore, guys. Oh, Baba Ali, you may have missed it. That is the list of things I'm not allowed to eat because of a contamination in the UK food supply. Yeah, Ark, what can I eat? Exactly. Like, I can't even eat soy sauce because that's one of those sauces. Like, I think I'm going to be eating plain chicken and rice for the next fucking 6 months. I literally can't have a takeaway. I can't eat out anywhere. I can't have a curry. No, it really doesn't fucking leave much. Fresh fruit. I eat fresh fruit and veg all the time anyway, but like, you know, what do I have for my main meals? I can't have anything. Can I eat the plants behind me? No. Well, there's a lemon plant there. Wait, hold on. There we go. I guess this is my dinner for the next few weeks, right? 6 months, guys. Yeah. So I went out Thursday and had a bit of a bad reaction. And 3 days later, my body is still giving a pretty severe histamine reaction, which is making me feel ill, short of breath. My throat keeps getting scratchy and swelling up. And apparently that's due to the fineness of the peanut powder or something. But it's pretty horrible. And it's made me feel like absolute shit for the past few days. So yeah, but yeah, no food for Craig then. Oh, Game Both Fans says, does it affect France? From what I understand, it affects some areas of Spain and France, some areas of Portugal, but pretty much the entirety of the UK. No, I haven't read all the super chats yet, so let me get to them. Coordinate zero for £5 says, I like Teacher Craig to start with, and then FTFE if they cross the line. Then hell, go to town on the sad sack, full tilt, no holds barred. Yeah, let's end the poll. Apparently 55% of you prefer Teacher Craig to 45% of you enjoying FTFE. Sorry, it's the Flerfs that cause it. Yeah, no, going out for dinner won't work either, gaming with both hands. Tyson Dog says fresh food and make your own sauces. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Rachbot, I was lucky it wasn't severe because I guess it was only a small amount. But from what the doctors told me, because of that small amount was so fine, it's kind of in my system and you know, forcing a histamine reaction that's just constantly kind of kicking in over and over. It's horrible. Oh no, it's Andy for £2 says his psychology is flawed and dangerous. Yes, you are right. JSS Tiger for $10. Thank you very much. Dearth equals deep inside the turd hole. The Watcher, remember for 17 months, says eat grass, Craig. I don't want to eat grass. My dog pees out there. Anglo-Saxon beans on toast, winner's meal. Yeah. I can't eat anything with E170, E100, or E415. Baked beans might be affected with the tomato sauce in it? I'm not sure. I'll have to check. A madman says, have you considered trying to photosynthesize? I don't have enough green in my skin. Oh, yeah. So I'm pretty fucked for eating. I guess I'm going to lose even more weight over the next few months then. Wonderful, huh? PJ $2 says, how does a clone have allergies? What do you mean a clone? I'm not a clone. I mean, everyone wakes up in like a vat every now and then, right? And you've all got the... where is it? You've all got the barcode on the inside of your left eyelid. That's just normal. Right? Oh. No, I'm not a clone. No, I'm not a clone. That's stupid. Debate Shorties $10 says, guess it's time to become a breatharian. Thank you very much for your 20th super chat on the channel. Philip Curtis says, can you eat E17? Don't know. I don't think so. I'm not a clone. Shut up, you morons. Thank you very much, guys. Important questions on this channel that we always like to ask that's never seem to get answered. Like, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running headfirst full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard Siberian Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the world of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault and knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of
Gravity! You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck. One fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting
over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You've got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I writ up from your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you everyone for watching. I love every single one of you, not you, Gary. I think I'm back tomorrow with another debate. And then Monday. And then Tuesday. So see you all then. Remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the Flerf. 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 The Craig. Fight the Flerf. 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 The Craig.
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level, 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 level.